everybody. This is going to be a very different video to what you usually see from us, but we've had a few requests for a makeup tutorial. So I came up with the idea of a My Alters Do My Makeup tag or challenge. I don't know if that already exists or not, but this is my makeup look. It's a sort of unicorn Barbie sparkly donut sort of look. For those of you who are a bit more playful or confident with makeup, and I'll be sharing all my tips and tricks as to how I do the kind of makeup I do. I'm Chloe, I'm 21 and I'm the host, and this is my makeup look. I always start off with under eye concealer. I know a lot of people like to use primer. I personally just moisturise my face first. It really depends on what you prefer to do. Primer just helps your makeup stay on longer and stops it from moving around on your face, but because I'm only doing this today to film, I'm not going to use any primer. So I've just got a moisturised face to make for a nice base, and then I'm going to put on some under eye concealer. I just put that right on the purpleness of my bags to try and hide it because I don't sleep apparently, and then I also put it on the tip of my nose because that gets very red. So this is kind of like an extra line of defense before the foundation, and then any spots that I have on my forehead get a nice little swipe, and now I look like I'm going to go into battle, which is definitely the look I'm going for. Some people tend to use beauty blenders. I personally like to use my finger just to blend out the edges and pat it into the skin, because beauty blenders can actually absorb a lot of the makeup itself rather than laying it down nicely on your skin. And because this is just an underlayer, we don't really need it to be perfect. Now, after the concealer, I use foundation. This is a Body Shop foundation. I use this foundation because it's quite lightweight, it's quite a sheer foundation. If you're looking for a more heavy duty foundation, I would recommend the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, because that's very heavy duty. That's for if you're looking for more coverage on your face, but I like my natural colour to kind of peek through. Now I'm going to use my beauty blender and just buff it in all over the face. Make sure that you get into the creases around your nose, because otherwise people are going to see what looks like a little mask on your face, where you can see the break of where your real skin is and where the layer of foundation is on top of your skin. And I know this isn't the perfect shade match for me. Please don't shout at me. I try my best. I try my best, guys, I do. Some people, for when they do their eye makeup, again, like to use, oh no, it's on my hair, like to use a specific eyeshadow primer. I do have one, it's an Urban Decay one, but again, because I'm not going out, I don't want to waste the product. So what I'm going to do instead, or if you don't have eyeshadow primer, this is what I'd recommend you do, put your foundation over your eyelid and under your eye and under your eyebrow. And that makes a good base for your eyeshadow, because it will be a little bit wet still, hopefully, possibly a little bit sticky, and that will help to really bring out brightness in your eyeshadows so that it doesn't look murky and dark. Don't forget to blend down your neck. And there we have a face that is a completely different colour to the rest of my body, which is just how I like it. It's not, I'm just too poor for another foundation. That's our base on. A lot of people come into doing their makeup with an idea of what they want to do, and they've got their colours picked out, and they're like, yes, I'm going to make this beautiful face that's not mine on my face, and it's going to be art everywhere and colours and double wings, whatever. I don't do that. I just take a look at my palette and I think, what am I feeling today? So I'm going to use the Zulu Palette by Juvia's Place. These are some of the colours in the pigment. We have an orange, a brown, a yellow, a turquoise, a shimmer green, shimmer blue, shimmer pink, and then a matte pink and a matte purple, which is beautiful. I have a lovely selection of brushes here that I've just cleaned, so they're probably a bit wet, but hey, what can you do? What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this brown colour here, and I'm going to just apply it into my crease with a gentle, fluffy brush. Blow on it to make sure that you don't have too much pigment on there, and then just gently brush it where your eye socket is, you'll be able to see, because it's usually, if you don't have monolids, if you have a double eyelid like I do, it's usually where your brow bone will end and then your eye crease begins. But if you're not totally sure where it is, for example, if you do have monolids and it's more difficult to tell and you want to put in a faux crease, an easy way to tell is to open your eyes really wide and just touch, and you'll be able to feel where your eye ball is. You can feel the ball and you can feel it come into a bone area, and there's a little bit that sinks in right there, so I know that my eye socket is right there, and then you can just gently draw in a line. It doesn't matter if it's messy, that's part of the fun, we can clear it up later. Now what I like to do, because I'm very fond of cat eyes, I like to map out where I'm going to put my eyeliner as well, and then blend from there. Light strokes. So when I'm putting the pigment on, I'm pressing quite hard like that, and then when I'm trying to blend, I'm pressing really gently, and that should help you get a nice blend. And I like to do that all the way up to the brow bone, and then pull it along where you would put your eyeliner, because that also makes a very nice guide for where you want your eyeliner to go. Put a little bit underneath my eye here. A lot of people like to leave this to the last step. Personally, I like to map out the shape of the eye that I'm drawing on, so that I can see how the colours look on the skin and how those colours fit in with the shape that I've decided to work with. Can we just appreciate that this is done with one tap in this palette? Like literally this is taking one lot and it's enough to pretty much fill your whole eye quite nicely. It's so pigmented. I don't pluck my eyebrows anymore. I used to, because when I was getting into my teenage years, my early teenage years, when everyone started to pluck their eyebrows and things like that, for me that was in the 2000s, when it was still all the rage from the 90s to have these pencil thin eyebrows. I have waited for years for my eyebrows to grow back, because I remember them being bushy and thick like Cara Delevingne, if only I was actually that attractive, kind of eyebrows. They just won't grow back, which is fine. You might say, Chloe, what are you talking about? You can still keep them tidy. Like, what the frick frack are you playing at here, miss? It's not an excuse. And my response to that is, I have male alters who don't like that very much, and they'd like it to be kept natural. And honestly, at this point in my life, fashion changes so fast, and I honestly don't have the time to keep up with this stuff, honestly, I really don't. So I keep them as they are. Also, I know a DID system who got this horrible comment that really knocked their confidence about someone saying you'd be really pretty if only you plucked your eyebrows, or something along that lines, or like your eyebrows are grim or something. And what I said to her, because she was really hurt about that, I said that's exactly what people said to people like Cara Delevingne, people that are now really famous for these kind of unusual patterns that they've either got on their skin. So like, I can't remember her name, I think her name is Winnie, who has this very symmetrical vitiligo. And she's now a very famous model because she owned that about herself. The same thing with Cara Delevingne. She has these beautiful, really bushy, thick eyebrows. Now, that's what people used to tease her for, and now it's why she shot into stardom. Just because people think that you need to fit into a certain box doesn't mean that you have to listen to them. And just because it doesn't fit how you feel or how you're happy in yourself doesn't mean that it means any less because someone else says that they don't like it. It's about you and how you're comfortable, and your body naturally is beautiful no matter what anybody says. A lot of people can't tell the difference between sexual attraction and beauty. There is a big difference. You can be beautiful and not have someone find you sexually attractive. Even if 99% of the world found you unattractive, that's still something like 7,000 or something like that people who do find you attractive. So embrace your uniqueness. Have the courage to exist as you want to exist, as your authentic self and nothing else. I wish I could tell you I've decided on colours, but I haven't. I think what we might do is kind of a pink into purple into blue. You can see we've carved out where we want the crease to be, but it's all very messy at the minute. That's fine. Don't relax it. Don't relax? No, do relax. Relax. Everything's cool. And what we're going to do is blend a nice pinky red, this one right here, onto where the crease line should be. Let's not cut the crease. Let's just be chill today. If you guys want a more dramatic tutorial, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. So I'm taking this colour, blow it off, and then you trace your crease again, but this time start from below and pat. I don't want you to blend it yet. You pat along where your crease line would be. So here, map out that crease where you applied the biggest amount of pigment earlier. Tap that pigment on, press gently until you know you've got that guide that you want, and then you can press harder and really get that pigment on. And then what I like to do when you get to the corner, you can blend it out into that brown colour so that you've got a nice seamless transition between, or it would be if I had a dry brush, blend it over the top. This brush is catching on my skin because it's not completely dry. So now what you're going to have is in the corner where the wing of your eyeliner is going to be, will be a nice pinky brown colour, and then towards the inside of your crease, on the actual crease line, it's going to be more brown, and then underneath the crease here will be a vibrant pink. So just keep working, gently blending the colours together until you're happy with it. Apply a purple along the bottom there, so don't worry if you're leaving this bit blank, do leave that bit blank. Make sure that you've got a nice blend in the inner corner as well, because people will see it. Get a packing brush, so a really tight collection of fibres which will really help get the colour on there. I'm going to pick up purple, blow, and stamp it on just above the lash line. Leave the inner quarter of your upper lash line alone. Don't worry about blending right now, I just want you to get that colour nice and pigmented. It doesn't have to be pretty yet, it will be pretty later, trust me. And then I also want you to follow the edge of your eyeball here, the edge of your curve, and stamp some purple on there as well. Don't worry, that'll be blended out later. So you follow along the lash line and then pull backwards up towards your crease, just the outer third. It's very, very rough. Very, 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 very rough. This is going to look messy. Don't panic. This is one of those looks that I have decided will look messy until the last step. What I want you to do is trace a line where you want your eyeliner to be. It will be covered by your eyeliner, so don't worry. It should be along the bottom of the shape that you made. And that way you can see, before you even put it on, that your eyeliner wings will be even because you have a trace line. Then what I want you to do is go back to that first brush you were using, dip back into the red, and go over that purple gently so that your whole lid is filled in with pinky red colour. Blend it into that purple. This will help to intensify the line of your crease, which will give you the illusion of having a bigger or more forward eye. So just fill in your whole lid with that nice hot pink. Make sure where the edges meet on any colour that there is a nice even blend. You don't want any harsh lines. And then what we're going to do, the same brush, blow it off. No. Pick back up into that purple. Layering is important. And then I just want you to gently blend around the outer third of your lid so that the purple and the pink blend nicely together. You want to think of a sort of rich pink and purple sunset. That's the idea I'm going for right now. There are really no rules when it comes to makeup. There are things that people have decided look good, but there really are no rules. And then you see where you've drawn the line for your cat eye eyeliner. Take some more purple, blend from the bottom up towards the top so it doesn't look like you've got that harsh trace line. I just keep pulling at the corner there to make sure that my line is nice and tight. When you want to blend, you want to use very, very light strokes. Shouldn't be any harsh lines except for this one, which goes into the crease. There should be a nice blend from the purple into the pink into the brown. I bet some of you will have forgotten about our under eye. Guess what? We're going to use some purple. Just again on the inner third, you want to connect this line to your cat eye so that it gives the illusion of a bigger eye. So don't go too far down under your eye. Once you've got to your iris, you need to stop, preferably before that, but that is your emergency guide when you've gone too far. Generally to around here is a good place to stop. And make sure you're touching really lightly when you blend. Great, doesn't that look pretty? Right, now what we're going to do for a nice little pop of colour on the inner corner, you're going to take another packing brush, a very small brush. I was originally going to do blue on the inner corner. I don't know whether that would be too dramatic. I could just go with a shimmery pink. I'm going to go with the pink. I'm going to try the blue first and see what it looks like, and then if I don't like it, then no one needs to know. I'm just going to show you what I did with the blue in this inner corner. I'm going to tap on very, very lightly. Just a little bit of shimmery blue colour. Just right in the inner corner there, no more than that. And then pick up a significant amount of this shimmery pink and apply it over the top a bit more firmly than you were using with the blue. You can use a firm hand, as firm as you want, but be careful because this is right around your tear ducts. And it's very easy, if you're a beginner especially, to slip and fall and stab yourself right in the eye. And I can tell you from experience that that is not a fun thing to do. And then take it from the bottom and join it up to the line that you drew under your eyes earlier. There you go. I like to use the colour that I have on my inner corner as my brow highlight. Again, might be too bold for some people. I am not those people. Right above where you've blended your crease out and under the hair of your eyebrows. I forgot the word. So what I'm going to do next is going to be the eyeliner. Starting off, I found it easiest to begin with an eyeliner which kind of works like a felt tip pen. What I use now is a liquid, so that's just a heads up. And then you're going to follow this line that you drew as your nice little trace line, and I like to start at the end and pull in. So just pick a point, I'm going to say here, and drag in towards the corner of your eye, drag in. So that it meets just with the bottom of your lash line there. And then before I start filling that in, I like to map out the other line as well, so I know that they're going to be even before I start doing all the filling work. So they look relatively even. Go from the top of the line, we're going to make a small triangle. So if you go from the top of the line, which is where you want it to be smallest, drag back towards your iris. And there's your triangle, just fill it in. And then just follow that line along your eye. I like to start right in the middle. to make sure the thickness joins up. In a line that gets gradually thinner as you come in towards your tear duct and your nose. And there you have your eyeliner on. Eyebrows. Don't hate me, all I'm going to do is draw a line underneath, and then kind of fill them in a little bit. I'm not an eyebrow pro person, literally I only started trying to do this like a few months ago. I'm not going to change the shape of my eyebrows. I'm sticking to my natural shape, I'm just kind of outlining where the hair begins to grow and where it ends to grow, where it stops growing. And then I leave this bit here. I gently put in some faux hairs in like brush strokes, just because one of my eyebrows starts a little bit more inward than the other one. Again, because when I plucked my eyebrows when I was like 14, it did not occur to me at all that maybe they wouldn't grow back. I'm now 21 and look where that got me. Just using little feather-like strokes towards the inside to create the illusion of hair without making harsh lines. That's just the natural shape of my eyebrow. I'm going to contour. Makeup Revolution, the dark shade here, because these two are shimmers. You don't want to shimmer when you contour, you want to make it look like a false shadow. Unfortunately this is quite wet, so it's going to go on quite dark. Press lightly and sketch out the line where you want your cheekbone to show most. So some people go, but that's not accurate, that's not showing where your cheekbone is, that's showing where the line of your teeth is. So if I go, that's my teeth. My cheekbone is there, and it usually will end either at the corner, just above the corner of your mouth, or at your nose, depending on what kind of face you have. Some people have cheekbones that curve like that, which creates an apple of your cheek. And it really depends on following not just your face shape, but the face shape that you want to create. But it's important to work with what you have. And what I like to do, instead of just drawing a line, I like to build it in sort of like a semicircle. So your cheekbone will come over the top of that. And then if you've just made a complete clusterfuck of a mess of contouring your cheekbones, that's what foundation, powder foundation is for. Now you can go up your head. I'm just doing this to show you because I already have a relatively small forehead, so I don't really need to do this. It looks less small when I've got my hair pulled back like this, obviously, but that sounded so posh, obviously. Obviously, darling, do I need to explain this to you? I think not. Under your jawline, right there, to create the illusion that I'm not actually a human donut and that I do have some bone structure, which in a perfect world maybe I would have, but I do love mini rolls far too much. And then, as you can see, this horrendous streaky load of rubbish that has happened. Take powder foundation, swirl it around because I have more than a little bit hit pan here. There it goes again. I think Sally must be around because I've got a bit of a posh thing coming through my voice that is not mine. Brush that over the top gently and around the sides. It helps it blend more evenly into the skin, so it looks more like a natural shadow than you've just put some brown on your face, you know? Now, in an ideal world, if I had the money and the time to accurately match what colour I need to be put on my face to create the illusion of a shadow, you'd want a more ashen colour than the colour I've used, so less of a brown and more of a sort of grey brown rather than a red brown. You can see that this is too warm for me, but that's fine. I can pretend everything's good and call it bronzer. That's that. Next step is blush. Forgive me if I'm rushing. Blush, brush, and just smile, and then you've got the apples of your cheeks right here, and that's where you want to put the blush. just to help warm up the face because I am actually a human snowman. What I like to do is take an empty mascara, so just basically a clean brush, and brush your eyelashes out so that when you're putting your, I'm so switchy, when you're putting your mascara on, it doesn't clump up your lashes. Ow, don't stab yourself in the eye. Go, just wiggle from the bottom up, and you can blink into it if you want, and then wiggle up, because that helps to separate the lashes out and make sure that mascara will cover every part of the lash rather than just the middle bit or the tips. This is what the eyes look like, if you like, and what I'm going to do once I finish doing my actual highlight on my cheekbones and my nose, I'm going to put an extra bit of highlight just under the brow bone just to highlight it a little bit. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero highlighter kit because my boyfriend is a wonderful human and he bought it for me as a present when we started dating, which was over 1.5 years ago now, I think. Because we've got a pink look going on today, I'm going to go with Kitty Cat, which has a pink sheen to it, and possibly a little bit of Daydream, which is more of a peachy colour, which I love. I love it, but it's just a tiny bit too warm toned for my skin. It'd look beautiful on darker skinned ladies, or men, or anyone in between. I don't judge, you be whoever the frick frack feels right for you, and if you want makeup on the shell that is your body, you put makeup on the shell that is your body. Why in the world shouldn't your skin be a canvas? Why can't you make yourself into a piece of art? Well, you're a piece of art already, but what people don't seem to realise is that your body isn't you. You are the soul, or whatever you believe in, inside your body. This is just a casing to help you get around the world. What you do with it doesn't say much really about your character. Having tattoos doesn't make you any less able to do a job. Wearing makeup doesn't make you any less masculine, feminine, because you don't wear makeup. Like, what? It's just, oh. It doesn't make any sense to judge someone for the pigments that they put on their face. Like, it's just, it's so stupid. People are dumb, guys, don't listen to them. And then I'm gonna take that nice, bright white colour and pop that under my brow bone. So it's nice and blinding. Gonna pretend I'm Nikki Tutorials and that I can actually pull this shit off. And then I'm gonna dash a tiny bit in the centre here as well. And I'm gonna mix that in with some Daydream, which is the orangiest shade in the palette, just to give it a little bit of a blend. Probably should have left that alone, I liked it better before. But hey, you learn as you go along. I'm gonna do a gradient lip because I love you guys and you deserve that. Right, I've got purple colour here. Assuming you guys can see, I don't know. I'm very sorry if you can't. I got this little one out of a NYX makeup calendar, an advent calendar. It's super buttery, it's really nice. That looks shocking, right? Don't worry. I've got a nice pink Jeffree Star lipstick and I'm gonna pop this right in the middle like that, and on the middle like that, and again, some more. And you look like a cross between a purple Barbie and a glittery donut, which is fine by me. I'm happy with that. So that is the completed makeup look. I'll see if I can give you some close-ups or something. And of course the highlight, hopefully you can see how much it glimmers. It's so pretty, it makes me feel like a fairy princess or a unicorn or something. And that, guys, is how I do my makeup. and the techniques I use as Chloe, the host. So if you enjoyed this, or you have any looks that you want to see or anything, or you'd like us to do more of these kind of videos, please do let us know. I will get the others to do their versions of how my alters do my makeup. We'll see how well this goes down. But I hope this is what you wanted for those of you who did ask for a makeup tutorial. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know about our dissociative identity disorder and more about what it means and how it's formed and the psychology behind it, please do check out our playlist called Debunking DID. We'll see you soon, and thank you so much for subscribing and for watching. Don't forget to ring the bell or you won't know when we upload. And we'll see all you guys in the next video. Bye!